Sorry it took so long to get the house built.
Don't you mind. Girls don't mind. Do you, girls?
It looks beautiful, Daddy.
Oh, and I got you something.
Charles, thank you.
Don't I always get you something when I go?
Well, it's just precious. So how long you gonna be gone this time?
Yanks are close. Could be a week, could be a month.
Well, however long it is, just get back safe.
I will.
Gentlemen, can I help you?
Yes, ma'am. We're here to see if there's any resistance in the area.
Well, there isn't. Just me, my kids, and the house. That's all there is.
Where's your men folk? Fighting our boys, I presume.
We gonna burn this place or not, Animus?
Burn this place? Why would you want to do that?
Ma'am, we have orders to burn all empty buildings.
It ain't empty. We just finished it.
We might agree with you, depending on how friendly you are. When you pull a pistol on a man, you better make sure it's loaded. You little southern trash. So, which one of my boys you gonna take care of first? Private, tie this woman to a tree while we look inside.
You promised me.
Promise you what?
Promise me you'll not burn my house.
Okay. I promise you I won't burn your house.
When you gonna let me go? What are you doing?
I'm showing my men what I do to trash like you when they disrespect me.
That's lamp oil. My children.
Well, we ain't found them yet, but I'm sure we will.
You're insane.
I may very well be, but I did keep my promise. I didn't burn your house.
Catherine? Victoria? Hello?
vengeance is mine, saith the Lord. Some men live and die by the sword, but in the good book Matthew writes, an eye for an eye. God will strike down an evil man, and he just might use the righteous man's hand. So in the end, you can run, but you can't hide. You can run, you can't hide. You can't outlive the things you've done, but you can try. You can run, you can't hide. You're one sin away from Judgment Day in the sweet by and by. I've listened to the lies of a forked tongue. I've seen horrible deeds that can't be undone. But who am I to question God? I'm just a man.
After the war, there were a lot of soldiers who came home and couldn't find work. Thousands of them took their families out west to try to start a new life. For 10 years, I wandered from town to town, trying to find someone who could point me in the direction of those that destroyed my family and destroyed my life. When I finally went back to visit my wife's grave, that someone, he found me. "10 years, Victoria. 10 long years. There's a reckoning coming. May see you soon, or I might not.
No need for that.
Who the hell are you?"
Name's Carlos.
"Well, Carlos, why are you following me?"
I'm not following anyone. I'm just a traveler. I like traveling.
"So where's your horse?"
Tied up and a ways back. Times like this I like to take walking. You must be Mr. Holly.
"That's right. Now how the hell do you know that?"
Not too hard. Just reading the name on the stones. You must have lost them during the war. I guess when the Yankees came through.
"That's right. You weren't a Federal, were you?"
What made you think of that?
"You don't sound like you're from around here."
That's a keen observation. I'm from far away from here.
"So what brings you out here to the absolute middle of nowhere?"
You might want to find a man who is responsible for all this.
"Mister, I think you know a lot more than you've been letting on."
I know a little bit about a lot of things, but that doesn't make me the enemy.
"What do you know?"
Sometimes I come across people tell me things.
"Go on."
There's a fine little church in North Carolina. You should visit. just outside of a town called Restless Hills.
Mister, I ain't been inside the walls of the church in a long time.
You might want to visit this one. You might find an answer or two.
You seem to like to talk, but you don't say a whole lot.
There's another keen observation. Good luck, Mr. Holly.
Gentlemen, I am sending you and 2 additional agents to the town of Restless Hills. It's about 40 miles south of here, tucked away in the mountains. As you know, our great state of North Carolina has outlawed gambling statewide in any way, shape, or form. The sheriff of Restless Hills was twice decorated for service in the War of Northern Aggression. He was not on our side. He's a man named Animus Smite. Gentlemen, Mr. Smite is running a major unlawful gambling operation in Restless Hills. And the governor wants him brought to justice. I'm sending you in to infiltrate his game and take it apart.
Why don't we just ride in and take him down?
No. I don't want any bloodshed in this matter, not unless there's absolutely no other way. We don't want any press with this.
But the use of force is authorized if need be.
The law is the law.
Reverend McKenzie will be joining us for this Sunday service, and then he'll be continuing his travels. Is there anything you would like to add, Reverend McKenzie?
Yes! If anyone here would like to talk about our Lord and Savior, don't be hesitant to approach me while I'm here in Restless Hills. Now, I may show up in places you don't expect, so you all better be on your best behavior now. Pleasure to meet you, sir. Reverend McKenzie.
Charles Holly.
So what brings you to Restless Hills, Mr. Holly?
Business.
I see. Now, what kind of business would that be?
Old. I'm here to take care of some old business.
Must be very personal since you're not wanting to be elaborating upon it.
You're a smart man, Reverend.
More instinct than intelligence, Mr. Holly. You know Jesus said it was wrong to harbor unresolved anger in your heart.
Did he now? So how'd it turn out with that Jesus feller?
He was crucified, sir.
Do I know you?
Not directly.
What do you want with me, mister?
I used to ride with somebody you're looking for, who likes to burn things.
Whoa, 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 mister. I ain't got no gun.
Well, that's your first mistake.
Just looking out for my partners.
Mistake number 2. They ain't here.
I just want to warm up by your fire. It's a mighty nice shotgun you got there.
My granddaddy gave me that shotgun when I was 10 years old.
My cousin Adam, he'd love that shotgun. That's who I'm looking for. You seen him? Big man, little man, riding together?
I ain't seen nobody. You from Restless Hills?
I ain't from Restless Hills, and I ain't going there on the count of that son-of-a-bitch sheriff and his deputy. Are you from Restless Hills? Is that where you're headed?
Boy, I think it's time for you to leave. Nice and slow now. Get out of here. Afternoon, gentlemen. What can I help you with?
Well, to start with, we'll take that real nice shotgun. That overcoat and whatever money you got on you.
Them boots. I like him there, boots.
We already got your horse.
We see, there's a problem with that. This shotgun's been in my family for a long time. These boots, they won't fit you, big man.
I'll make them fit.
Let's kill this son of a bitch.
Shut up, Daniel. I'll drop that shotgun.
Y'all familiar with Animus Smite?
Why? You know Animus Smite?
The way I see it, you got two choices. You all are about to end up dead, or I'm gonna turn y'all over to Animus Smite.
I don't like that idea. I seen what him and that sumbitch deputy does.
Go to hell, deputy. I ain't doing nothing.
Deputy! Shut up, Daniel. We ain't gonna surrender to nobody, least of all Animus Smite.
That's right. I'm gonna get them boots.
Okay.
Adam, where'd that sumbitch go?
You're outnumbered and outgunned, cowboy. You best give up.
I think I shot him.
Maybe. Be careful now.
You don't learn, do you?
You barking up the wrong tree, you sumbitch. You kill me, I got friends that'll hunt you down and make your life a living hell.
My life's been a living hell for the last 10 years.
And here I thought you was tough.
We don't take kindly to strangers or thieves.
I ain't no thief.
Please take that out of here. People are coming in here to eat.
The sheriff ain't got no patience.
The sheriff has no patience.
That's what I said. The man ain't got no patience.
Good afternoon, sir. What's your pleasure?
Vengeance.
Is that some fancy new drink or the name of someone with a bounty on his head?
Neither. Whiskey. And none of that busthead stuff. Top rail only.
You got top rail money? Welcome to the Top Rail Saloon, honey.
Man, find a good card game in here?
A seat just opened up. But you do know gambling's illegal in this state, don't you?
Thought there was a big card tournament going on in Restless Hills.
That's right. As long as you understand that Animus Smite is the only law in this town.
So I better be careful not to cross him, huh?
If you like breathing.
Well, I'm partial to it.
How's the inside look?
Standard small bank.
Get in, get out, get done.
Everybody in town's gonna be watching this gambling tournament.
Paying no attention to the bank.
Can I get you gentlemen something to wet your whistle?
Beer.
Same.
I'll be right back.
Gentlemen, welcome to Restless Hill. Y'all here for the tournament?
I hear there's supposed to be a lot of money at stake.
Some big money players.
Must be the biggest thing to happen around here in a long time.
Biggest thing ever. Where you fellas staying?
We haven't thought that far ahead.
In case you haven't noticed, I'm the sheriff here. And I want everyone to be comfortable. You fellas never did say if you was here for the tournament.
Well, isn't that what brought most folks to town?
Most folks. You enjoy your time here in Restless Hills.
Who said I ordered another shot?
You leave your money on this table. I'll keep bringing you drinks until it's gone. And top rail drinkers better be top rail tippers.
So which one's Smite?
See that big man over at that table? That's Animus Smite. You can join his game, if you dare. But I hope your luck is better than the last feller's.
Well, I'm not what you'd call lucky.
Neither was the last feller.
Is there room for me at this table?
Sit your ass down.
I believe I will.
So, how much money you got to lose?
Who says I'm gonna lose?
Bring this man a shot. On the house. I gotta meet a man in a few. Let's make this quick. Oh, how about some 21 for $1?
21 it is.
You can shuffle those cards all day long, but you know I'm gonna win. Get on with it.
All right, hit me. Bust.
Good evening. How are you doing?
How have I been doing, Carlos? How have I been doing? What'd you get me into?
It was your choice.
But you told me it would be this easy life with all this money. It ain't neither.
Give it time. You get used to it.
Time I'll never see again. I got a daughter, Carlos. You think I want her growing up seeing me do this?
Mr. Reeve, there's a Mr. Benjamin Lewis here to see you, sir.
Oh, thank you, Lawrence.
Very good, sir.
Well, Benjamin, how are you? This is an unexpected pleasure. Come on in and have a seat.
Don't have time, it'll be short.
So how are things at the Department of Justice?
It's keeping me right busy. I hear you've been busy as well.
Is that what you've heard?
Yep. I hear you got some kind of operation going on against that sheriff in Restless Hills.
Well, Benjamin, I'm not at liberty to discuss an ongoing investigation.
Mm-hmm. Well, neither am I, but I think we need to.
So what are you getting at, Mr. Lewis?
I sent 2 agents to arrest this Animus Smite.
So what are you after him for?
War crimes.
War crimes?
Yes, war crimes, Commissioner. You remember the war. Your side lost, my side won.
So I've been told. Well, now, Benjamin, I don't have any way to reach my agents. I'm going to have to sit tight and wait till I hear from them. Well, don't worry, Benjamin. When I hear something, you'll be the first person I notify.
You sure this the place?
This the place.
Lorena, we got to get this place presentable. Who in the hell I got to shoot around here to get this done right?
Animus, calm down. There's a lot of tables in here.
I'm looking for one Animus Spite.
Okay.
This is Mr. Foster. I'm on the ride up here.
Nice to meet you. Welcome to Restless Hill. Gentlemen, this is Mr. Nally. He's my lead dealer.
I've heard of Mr. Nally, one of the finest in the eastern United States. I presume this is where the tournament's going to be held?
They're working on it.
And you can assure me that we have no reason to fear interference from the state?
If there's any problem from the state, they'll never make it back to Raleigh.
So, Mr. Smite is more than willing to kill a state official on our behalf. Sounds like you've done it before.
Gentlemen, I've mustered out more people than you know alive. One or two more won't make any difference to me. About my cut of the deal.
You keep 10% of the winnings, correct?
I think it should be more. My facility, my protection against the state.
What are you saying, Mr. Smite? I thought we agreed to terms prior.
Well, we're here now. And you're gonna meet my terms. 50%.
50%?
Sorry, sir. 15% and no more.
Now, you know what the sound of that is?
A revolver?
No, that's you agreeing to 50%.
We'll agree to 50%. I'm going to hold you to your word about protection. Since the state banned lotteries, they're cracking down mightily on everything but gentlemanly games.
This is a gentleman's game. How many money players you got joining us tonight?
Half a dozen very wealthy people.
My good friend, might you have a Lucifer to spare?
Nope, I don't smoke.
You in town for the card tournament?
Nope.
I'm the main dealer here. A bit smaller than what I'm used to. If I didn't know better, I think he was ready to open a ball on someone.
Did I ask you to sit down here?
Well, since you ain't got no matches, I guess I'll go bother someone else. Someone who's a little bit more damn sociable.
Well, bully for you.
Charlotte.
I'm sorry, but I won't be able to stay here.
Haven't the gentlemen been treating you well?
They wear clean, fancy clothes, but they ain't gentlemen.
You've been making some real good money.
It's blood money. I ain't persnickety, but gambling, shooting, that's the devil's work.
When Carlos brought you to me, you begged me for a job here. You said you wanted to work indoors, where you didn't have to get up at the crack of dawn, and you could keep your hands clean.
Nobody's hands are clean in this place.
I need you here. Don't get so rattled. Things will straighten out soon enough.
I can't eat, I can't sleep, I can't abide this. I'm going back to the ranch. I'd rather be shoveling horse shit.
Well, who decided to show his face?
It's a fine collection you got there, Mr. Smite.
Yeah, they all been put to good use, too.
Yes, many times.
Are you here for me?
No, I'm looking for Lorena.
She's in the back, tending to the horses.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Walker. You know, you are still the handsomest feller in all of Restless Hills.
Evening, Lorena.
Where have you been?
I've been traveling.
About time you showed back up. Did you bring me any more saloon girls? The last ones you brought me all ran off.
Working on it.
I know they're out there, Carlos.
It has to be the right girl, the right time. Someone who...
Someone who what?
Someone is not concerned about the wages of sin.
The wages of sin pay very well. Get me what I need.
Okay, Lorena.
You're a good boy. You're a good boy.
Dun, 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 dun,
So when your big money players getting here?
They should be arriving shortly. So tell me, Mr. Smite, where did you hail from originally?
Kentucky.
So what brought you to Restless Hills?
Good place for a center operation.
So you came here and the mayor asked you to be sheriff?
Yeah. Well, let's say I sort of convinced him.
So where's the mayor now?
Dead.
Would you gentlemen like some red-eye?
Well, sure, but let me buy you a drink. So what brought you into a business arrangement with Smite, if you don't mind me asking?
Not at all. A lady running this kind of business needs some protection.
How long have you been here?
My husband and I started this place before the war. We used to have some real nice shows in here and the money just poured in. But then he went off to fight and got killed at Antietam. I kept the place going as best I could, even though a lot of folks in town didn't think a widow woman should be running a saloon. But I proved them all wrong. During the Battle of Charlotte, I went and volunteered at the field hospital, and I made a damn good nurse. I wasn't afraid. No soldier would shoot at a woman, and I was never one of those ladies who faints at the sight of blood. I became rather popular among the men. Of course, I brought my own supplies. A little whiskey in the water helps the wounded heal faster. I did more for our cause than all of those gossips and hypocrites. Oh, I wasn't stupid. I knew the South would never win this war. Yankees were going around killing and burning everything in sight. I had to find some way to keep my business from being destroyed. Now, when the Bluecoats came into Restless Hills, everybody else ran and hid. But I found the last piece of fresh meat in town. Oh, you don't want to know what that was. But I made those Yanks a real nice dinner. And those boys sure were hungry. Animus Smite was their captain. And he was smart enough to realize I'd be more useful alive than dead. He was going to need something to do after the war. And he was ready to talk some business. And as you can see, my place didn't burn.
I understand. Tell me, Mr. Smite, were you serious when you said you serve as mayor, sheriff, judge, and jury of this town?
Yep. Nothing happens around here unless I say so. What the hell is it to you?
So I hear you from Kentucky. I graduated Lexington College, class of 65.
Class of 65? Well, then you didn't serve, did you?
No, sir. I was in college then.
Worse than a bunch of hospital rats. What's your story, Bridges? You too good to fight in the war, too?
14th North Carolina Cavalry Battalion. Served under Lieutenant Colonel James Henry.
Well, I would say we fought each other, but the fact that you're sitting here, I'd say otherwise.
You operate games like this very often, Mr. Smite?
Twice a month. Nothing as big as this one, though.
You take 50% of the profits of all those, too?
House money is mine. All mine.
Welcome to Restless Hills. Mr. Fleming?
Thank you.
Mr. Gardner?
Welcome to Restless Hills, gentlemen. Mayor Spike.
Please join us at our table.
Gentlemen. Name's Nally. I'll be your dealer tonight. Just wanted you to know we run a straight game here.
Everything's to be seen.
Deputy, there's a problem at the bank that needs your attention.
What kind of problem?
Pretty serious. They asked me to fetch the law, but it looks like Mr. Smite's a little busy.
Hey, Deputy. Let me talk to you about this little gambling issue you all have.
Bartley.
Good job, Willie.
Good job, Billy. Or should I say Mr. Foster?
Please don't. That's getting old.
Well, we may have another problem.
What's that?
Well, you know there's two inside the saloon, kind of keeping to themselves. One of them's got a real long beard.
And?
Well, I saw him hanging around this bank earlier.
Yeah?
I think they might be thinking of taking it.
All these people around.
Yeah, but nobody's got their eyes on them.
Except us.
Except us.
That ain't why we're here, Willie.
We're here to uphold the law.
But we got this Mr. Smite.
Billy, we're here to uphold the law. All I'm saying is we'll keep an eye on him.
Now have your attention, please. The tournament will be held as follows. Each game will run its course until there is one winner. The dealer will have final say on all action. Does anybody have any questions before we begin? Yes, Mr. Fleming?
Gentlemen, I would just like you to know that my wife has just received the new edition of the ward's catalog and has been hastily listing the items she wishes to purchase. So I beg you, please lose quickly and easily your money.
Let the tournament begin.
I'm out.
Let's have a round of applause for our first round winner, the Honorable Winston Fleming.
Gentlemen, on behalf of my wife, we'd like to thank you for your donation and look forward to many more.
We'll now have a short intermission with entertainment provided by Miss Lorena.
What kind of entertainment is this?
The best kind.
You see him?
Yeah, I see him. What do we do?
Play drunk.
Play drunk. Got it.
No, I ain't gonna loan you no more money so you can blow it on them tables.
Well, shit.
What the hell's this about? Sounds like drunks.
You ain't loan me but $2.
That's $2 more than I should have. You don't got no idea how to play them cards.
All I'm asking for is $2 more. I've done that for you before.
Well, I ain't gonna do it. It'd just be as well gone.
Get your drunk ass out of here.
Nah, come on, Billy. Let's get on back. Maybe they'll let me put some more beer on my tab.
You got a tab?
Hey, saloon's that away.
We'll find it.
How's the safe coming?
It's close.
Boy, Willie, this thing has some really good security.
That's what the hell I'm talking about. That's what the hell I'm talking about right there.
You gonna have to go chase him out from back there.
Why do I have to do it? I'm still trying to bust this safe.
Okay, well, why don't you say that a little louder so everyone in town can hear?
I'll take this side, you take the other. Where in the hell did they go?
What the hell's going on here?
My partner and I have decided to take your bank job away from you.
You can't do that. This is our score.
I'm afraid we have to stop you. You see, we're federal agents.
You know, if you haven't actually broken into the safe, the judge might just charge you with trespassing, and we wouldn't have to get involved at all.
I think that might be criminal trespassing.
Ooh, that's worse. That might ruin your reputation.
I got that safe open. Whatever's inside, we'll split it with you, 50-50.
I don't think that would bode well for our future in law enforcement.
Okay, we give up.
You're not lying to us, are you?
A bank robber wouldn't lie. That'd be unethical.
Now, you keep your hand away from that gun, fella, and you might get to see the sunrise. I guess not. You hit, Willie?
Yeah, it's just a flesh wound.
Well, of course it's a flesh wound. What else would it be?
Mr. Smite, the players have asked if you'd like to join the final round. I presume a man as cunning as yourself would be a fine player.
You presume correctly, sir. This should be enough to get me started.
You come prepared. Good. Gentlemen, Mr. Smite has agreed to join the game. Mayor, or should I say Sheriff, and Miss Smite is not only willing to have his town host this illegal activity, but participate in an illegal act itself. With that, let the tournament begin.
Gentlemen, this is the final round of the tournament. Winner takes all. Ante up.
Thank you, kind sir.
My name is William Stevens. I'm with the Department of Justice.
Department of Justice? What the hell's going on here?
I'm here to arrest Mr. Smite for war crimes committed during the war between the states.
Hear that? Gunshot.
Came from over there.
Let's split up.
Yes, sir.
Adam is headed south. Charles Holly went after him.
There's someone else in this town looking for Smite?
It's very dark out there. Be careful you don't shoot the wrong man.
Does anyone know a Charles Holly?
Let's get Smite.
Get up, you bastard. Slowly. You're lucky I don't blow your damn head off right now. Over there. In the river.
Are you crazy? There's snakes in that river!
Move. You know, Smite, I spent 10 years trying to think of the perfect way to make you suffer. And every time I come up with that way, I figured out it wasn't enough for a bastard like you.
What did I ever do to you?
Well, during the war, the Federals came through Greenfield. Killed about everyone. Burned all the farms and all the businesses.
You don't know that was me.
Oh, but I do. There was this man who was in your regiment. I talked to this man at a church just a couple of days ago. He told me how he tried to save my wife and children. but you wouldn't have none of it. So I decided right then and there that you were gonna pay, and pay you will.
You spent 10 years of your life thinking about me? I didn't even have to think about killing your family. If you gonna kill me, be a man and kill me.
Oh, don't worry. I'm gonna kill you, but I just don't think you've suffered enough yet.
You son of a bitch!
Now. Smite's in the river. He's unarmed.
There sure are a lot of snakes in that river.
Yes, sir.
Put down your weapon, Mr. Hawley.
How do you know my name?
We were told you might be out looking for Adamus Smite.
Will you gentlemen please get me out of this snake-infested river?
Get back in the water. What can I do for you, gentlemen?
We'll see to it Mr. Smite receives his due punishment. You can go now, Mr. Hawley.
With all due respect, sir, I spent 10 years of my life chasing this son of a bitch down, and I don't want to see him escape his just punishment.
What'd he do?
That no-good bastard killed my family, killed my daughters and my wife.
Mr. Hawley, we're here to capture Mr. Smite for war crimes committed during that war. I'm here for the same reason you are.
Gentlemen, of all the crimes committed during the war, only one man got convicted. I don't like the odds of this man getting his just due.
I'm here representing the state of North Carolina. Mr. Smite is under arrest for a multitude of crimes that the state wants to punish him for.
So you're gonna hang this son of a bitch?
After a fair trial and due process, most likely, yes.
That could take years. I want to see that bastard get his just punishment. He took everything I had. Everything. And I want to see that son of a bitch suffer.
Give me a minute, Mr. Hawley.
I see you got him.
How much you two know about Smite's background?
I know plenty. Nobody knows how many innocent women and children he killed during the war. He made Sherman look almost civilized.
I don't know what awaits you, but the hearings I'm going to have to sit through will be unbearable.
There's paperwork. Mountains of paperwork.
You can't leave! What about my arrest?
I think Mr. Hawley has the situation under control.
Are you sure about that?
We'll need to corroborate our stories.
Mr. Hawley, could you come here, please?
Yes, sir?
You never saw us.
We were never here.
We believe Mr. Smite deserves his due, and we think you're the person that can do it.
Oh, I'll see that he get his just due. I promise.
Do ye remember, was it last September, when you vowed your love to me, oh so sweet and low?
Mr. Hawley, it's Reverend Mackenzie.
Reverend Mackenzie? What are you doing here?
I came here to make sure you don't do something you come to regret.
Reverend, I think you need to leave me alone with Smite.
You need to stay, Reverend. This man's doing the devil's work.
Reverend, please go back to town.
Charles, hand me the gun.
I'm sorry, Reverend. I can't do that.
Mr. Holly, you and I have more in common than you realize. I heard you speaking to the gentleman who came to arrest Mr. Smythe. I heard you say you lost your family to the hand of Animus Smythe.
That is correct. And this animal is gonna pay.
Mr. Holly, I too lost me family to the actions of Mr. Smythe. And it's that loss that led me to the Lord. I've grieved, and I've suffered. And I've searched these many years as an effort of redemption.
I repent! I repent! Now get me out of this room with these damn snakes!
Come out of the water, Mr. Smythe.
I can't. He's got me tied to this big-ass rock.
Stay where you are.
No, Reverend! Stay! This man's evil!
Stay there. I'll come get you.
Reverend, that river's loaded with snakes. Don't do anything foolish, Smythe, or I will kill you.
Thank you. Thank you, Reverend. This man's done lost his mind.
Come on now.
Mr. Holly!
Well, I didn't want him to get away, Reverend.
Son of a bitch!
You see what I mean, Reverend? Ain't no talking to him. He's gone plumb crazy.
Back up! Back up! Drop your gun.
Deputy, arrest this bastard for attempted murder. Damn it! Don't just stand there, arrest him!
Don't do nothing stupid.
We ain't begotten no weapons.
We ain't begotten no weapons. Didn't your mama teach you to speak proper?
Properly. That would be to speak properly.
Really?
You have a choice, Holly. You are the Reverend.
Mr. Smythe, please think about what you're doing.
I'll kill the Reverend, Holly. I'll do it.
Animus.
Animus Smythe, this is your last chance to repent and save your soul.
Rot in hell.
May the Lord have mercy on you, Animus Smythe.
Holly, you should have heard your children cry when I burned their mother.
This is for my daughter. This is for my wife.
And as I pull the trigger, then I realize that I don't have nothing.
Mr. Holly.
But the devil by my side.
Dun 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 dun.
Carlos.
Good work, Mr. Holly. You've shown yourself to be a man of determination.
Is that what it is?
No one is going to underestimate you again.
Why the hell are you here, Carlos?
Might want to hire you, Mr. Holly.
For what?
There's too many people in this world like Enema Smite. You might help me to thin out the herd.
So you want to hire a killer?
No, not really. I already found a killer. No need to make a decision tonight. Just let me know. It's good money.
If I decide to take the job, how do I find you?
I will find you, Mr. Holly. However, there's one warning.
What's that?
This Reverend Mackenzie. You need to stay away from him.
Reverend Mackenzie's a good man.
He doesn't walk the same path as you and I. He will only make you weak.
Carlos?
So let me get this right. Enema Smite was shot dead by a man named Charles Holly, a man who acted in self-defense.
That's right.
And y'all saw this happen?
Yes.
Nope.
Gentlemen, which is it?
I personally saw the gunfight. Holly was within his rights.
So what happened to the body?
Gators.
Gators?
Mr. Bridges told me it happened on the edge of the river. There's nothing we can do about that.
Gators. How convenient.
Well, don't have to worry about Enema Smite anymore.
So was Smite acting alone, or did he have help in this operation?
There was a miss.
Lorena, we may need to keep an eye on her.
And then that's what we'll do.
From the bowers, bound to a garland and pressed to your brow.
I believe that's checkmate, Mackenzie.
I don't like the way you play the game, Carlos.
Don't be such a bad loser.
It's only a game.
You know better than that, Mackenzie.
I'm not giving up on Holly.
Too late. He's mine.
Not giving up on him.
Who's the next game?
You choose this time.
I think Lorena.
All right, but I make the first move.
Where you heading next, Reverend?
South Carolina, Charleston.
You know, Reverend, you're a good man.
So are you, Mr. Holly.
Even after all I've done?
Especially after all you've done, Mr. Holly. The Lord is more understanding than you think.
But if I were you, I'd be making my amends with him.
End yourself. Sooner rather than later.
Yes, sir. Safe travels, Reverend.
Thank you, Mr. Holly. The best to you.
Reverend?
Yes, Mr. Holly.
You feel any better?
I don't know what I feel, Mr. Holly. And you?
I don't either. I thought I'd feel satisfied now that I've brought justice to Smite and myself.
And instead, sir?
The pain of losing my wife and children, it ain't any less than it was.
Do you regret your vengeance?
It had to be done.
10 years is a long time to focus on something that dark-spirited, Mr. Hawley.
I just thought that I would feel more than I do.
That feeling is the loss of your family, sir. It'll never leave you. You did what you convinced yourself you had to do.
Well, I hear they're looking for a new sheriff here in Restless Hills. I don't know, but maybe I'll look into that.
That may be a step in the right direction. May God be with you, sir.
We shall meet on that beautiful shore in the sweet by and by. We shall meet on that beautiful shore. I don't get to hold her, and I probably never will. So I ease the pain with the whiskey and the pill. But don't you cry for me, 'cause I know I'll be fine, 'cause I still got her memory and the devil by my side, playing these country songs. Well, it don't pay the bills. Nobody knows my name, and they probably never will. But don't you cry for me, 'cause I know I'll be fine, 'cause I still got my dream. Devil by my side.
looking in the mirror with a pistol in my hand. The end is getting nearer, 'cause nobody understands. And as I pull the trigger, then I realize that I don't have nothing but the devil by my side.
Oh, don't deceive me, don't ever leave me. Oh, how could ye ever treat a poor maiden so? Oh, don't deceive me, don't ever leave me. Oh, how could ye ever treat a poor maiden so?